Latha is with us, so let's just get some sense on what came out of the policy. Latha, good to have you in the studios. I guess a lot of people went in with the expectation that on liquidity, there'll be some hint of easing coming, if nothing on rates. Or what was your read-through?
Well, first, let me take why the stock market may have reacted so badly. I think the stock market went with the expectation that there will be definitely dovish noises. Either they change the stance or they point to prepare the markets for a change in stance. Some dovish noises was what they expected. The Reserve Bank was as even-handed as it could be. He was not hawkish, but he wasn't dovish either. It was, yes, inflation forecasts have been cut both for the current quarter. Jan, Feb, March, it's been cut from 5.2 to 5. And for the next quarter, April, May, June, also it's cut from 5.2 to 5. But the full year FY24 and FY25 forecasts have not been changed. So, yes, they recognize a bit of a fall in inflation, but I've not included it in their policy making. But I think much more important was that they have not given any indication that they're going to change their stance anytime soon. The other thing that may have spooked the equity markets is that he said at least 3-4 times in the speech that the rate hikes have not been fully transmitted. Now, we are to align ourselves to the 4% inflation, and that's why I'm not changing my stance is old hat. But that all the rate hikes have not been transmitted is something new for the market, and maybe they are reacting to it. My own sense is it was just an excuse to not change the stance. That he was giving 2-3 reasons. The point is he didn't want to change the stance till he had more data and more events. Maybe more Fed events in terms of a rate cut from the Fed, or maybe more in terms of how the monsoon will pan out, because food inflation is the problem. So maybe he wants to wait for the May monsoon forecast from the IMD and then take a call. He's going to be event-driven and data-driven. But instead of putting it that way, he probably said, yes, I will be wedded to ensuring that the rate hikes are passed on. All that I gave should go to the system, and that you should align yourself to the 4% inflation target. Now, no central banker or banker expects that everything that the RBI hikes will be passed on. It doesn't get passed on because there's competition between banks. So they may take a little bit of hit on their margins, but will not pass on. And the governor knows that very well. But I think they don't want to change stance. And so they gave 2 good reasons that came to the mind. And that's what has spooked, in my understanding, the equity markets. Look at all the consumption stocks are down. Because if money is expensive or going to remain expensive, those are the kinds of things that can get a beating. Maybe you've seen NBFC stocks take a beating. You've seen private banks take a beating. My sense is public sector banks didn't take a beating because they are usually better provided in deposits. The CD ratio problem, having more credit and less deposits, is more a private bank problem. It's not so much a public sector bank problem. And that's why you're seeing that set of stocks taking a beating. And they are heavily represented in the Nifty Bank. And you're seeing the reaction. And finally, I think it's very important that he gave, and Ritu explained it very well. In no uncertain terms, he said that, the action on Paytm was commensurate with the behavior of the regulated entity. If it is not in line with their regulations, that's the kind, it's entirely commensurate, and they were not overreacting, and they have no problem with, digital or any innovative systems.
I guess he was matter of fact on liquidity, matter of fact on Paytm as well.
And very well prepared. Absolutely reading out the reasons why. So clearly expecting that, everyone has a Paytm in their phone and they will be brimming with questions. I thought they were very well and adequately answered.
Absolutely. And, took all the questions and answered them very patiently. Latha, thank you.